Hello. Hi. Let's see who's gonna be in here. I know that I'm a little early today. Most of the time I do this at 8 p.m. but today I have to do something, so I just decided to move it a little bit early today. So let's see. Let's see who's gonna be in here. Today is Learning Monday. Hi, hola, Su, bella. ¿Cómo estás, mamá? Let's see who else. Vamos a ver si tengo que dar la clase contigo solita, Su. Su main. Hello. Let's see. Who else is in here? I'm always wondering if this is like the comments are coming. So like, hola José Luis, hello. Parece que la clase va a ser hoy en español. Well, no, I had to do it in English. I have a lot of people that need the info too. So today is Learning Monday. Let's see. Today we're gonna be talking about Clairaudience, Clairgustance, and Clairalience. These names, so weird. But this is the last three most important abilities that are part of the ESP. So who else? And Josely, when I have the time, I'm gonna be answering your messages. I know that you sent something. Who else? If not, I'm gonna start doing the class. Let's see. That's good, Sume. Well, my English is not like the best of the English, but I try. But that's good. I'm happy. Well, I'm gonna start doing the class. I don't know how many people they're going to join later, but okay. So far we've been talking about what it is ESP. We talk about what it is clairvoyant, claircognizant, and clairsentience. That's the three most known abilities inside of the ESP and the most known between psychic, mediums, and this field, right? So today we're going to be talking about clairaudience, clairgustance, and clairalience. These three abilities, they are not the most common, but they are really important. It's part of the five senses. So let's start with clairaudience. What it is clairaudience? Hi, Jocelyn. Clairaudience is the ability to hear clearly. So that's the way that we can hear stuff. As claircognizant is when you know stuff. You can know stuff about everything, about different kind of things, not necessarily about things that they're going to happen. Clairaudience is going to be the ability to hear things. It can be spirit, it can be noises, it can be people talking, it can be about memory, sounds, anything that it can be that you can hear. But not just that, audience, it can be the ability to hear energy. Sometimes energy you can feel it that they're talking to you. So it's something that you need some kind of patience and maybe some training, or at least being studying how your clairaudience can work with you. But basically that it is what it is. And even for me, sometimes I'm connecting with energies, and the way that I'm going to be talking to you is like I'm hearing them, because the energy for me is like they talk instead of like feeling it in a really strong way. Not just that, clairaudience, it can be part of the it can be a little bit difficult to see if something that it can be happening to you, because not all of the time clairaudience is gonna be about hearing that you can hear like out of the ear, right? You're not gonna be hearing something in here. You're gonna be hearing something in here. So the way that you're gonna be hearing these voices is gonna be like they're talking to you, or like it's your own voice, but it's gonna be inside of your brain, like maybe clairaudience, or like we talk about clairvoyant. Like clairvoyant, not all the time is gonna see things like with the eyes or out of the, like in the way that I can see a spirit. Clairvoyant can see inside of the head too, but that's the way that clairaudience sometimes they're gonna be working. uh, for those that saw the video or were here when I was giving the class of clairvoyant, one of the things that I mentioned in that class is that clairvoyant have some sub abilities, and remote viewing is one of them. That happened with clairaudience. Clairaudience have a sub ability that is called telepathy. Telepathy is the ability to hear thoughts. Okay, people think that telepathy is like the ability to read minds. No, I think that we talk about this in one of the other classes. The truth is like, hi Mabel, I know that the birthday was kind of like a couple of days ago, so congrats, sweetie. So clairaudience have telepathy is a superability of clairaudience, and the truth is like telepathy is the ability to hear thoughts. You have that ability that is part of clairaudience. So that's why sometimes you are around people and someone was talking and maybe didn't say something, but you know, or you can like hear what that person was thinking. That's how it is. It's not about knowing, it's about hearing that person's thought. It's not about reading them, not such a thing. The trick is like, as everything, telepathy need to have a sender and a receiver. So one is gonna be a better sender, the other one is gonna be a better, hi Tonya, the other one is gonna be a better receiver. There's some people that they can do both. They can be really good senders and really good receivers. But the truth is that you need both of them. You need someone that is gonna be better as a sender, better as a receiver. But that it is what it is. How you can hi Sandy, how you can develop clairaudience is not easy, because if you know our hi, good evening, sweetie, our atmosphere or our surroundings are really noisy. It's really difficult to know when you are hearing something that is not you, even if something in your mind, because we are constantly hearing stuff, noises, music, honks, cars, scream, animals, whatever. So how is gonna be the best way for develop this ability? It's gonna be, first you need to learn how to listen. Not like you don't just hear people, you listen. So you need to start practicing how to listen people, how to listen things. So first you're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna be kind of concentrating in any kind of noise or any kind of thing that you can hear, listen close to you. When you kind of like figure out, okay, I hear a bird, I hear this, or close to me is this, try to expand. Imagine yourself expanding that ability, like kind of going further, like try to hear or try to listen more further to see if you can pick up sounds that they are really far away from you. That's one of the best way. That's the way that I did it for a long time. The thing is, like I always say, clairaudience is I have that ability, but it's not one of my strong abilities. So that's the way that clairaudience is gonna be working. Hi Veronica. So that's how you're gonna be training or like working with your clairaudience ability. Meditation is always good for that. Ask always to learn how to how to get better listening and stuff like that. That's the way that clairaudience work. That's the best way for me to tell you how to develop or how to know if you can have the ability. To be honest, I cannot give you tips in how you know that you have clairaudience, like something that completely like clairvoyant that have a lot of tips. with clairaudience, what I can tell you that maybe you're gonna feel that you know that you have maybe that ability is because every time that you ask yourself something, you hear a voice in your mind. It can be in your own voice, it can be in any other voice. But basically, most of the time, you're gonna be hearing something in your mind. You're gonna be hearing maybe a voice calling you, or maybe just someone that is just like it was kind of standing close to you. But the answer is something that you are not controlling, and it's not a way for you to know the answer. That's the way that you know that you're gonna have clairaudience. It's the best way for me to maybe pinpoint you to know you have that ability. The next ability that we're going to talk about today is going to be Clairgustance. Clairgustance is the ability to like taste flavors. Out of nowhere, you are driving, you are working, you are cooking. Out of nowhere, you have this taste, a perfume, candy, tobacco, I don't know, metal, a lot of different flavors. But it's like it came out of the nowhere. That's the way that you know that you're having some manifestation of clairgustance ability. The thing is, like, what it is clairgustance and clairalience is difficult, really, 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 really difficult to know you have it, because they're so subtle, or they're so difficult, or maybe so in a normal basis sometimes, that this really, really difficult. So you have to be aware of your own self. You have to be aware how you if you are doing something out of nowhere, a perfume, a tobacco, maybe you don't smoke, and out of nowhere you have this flavor of cigar, tobacco, I don't know, something in your mouth. That means that maybe a spirit, or maybe a memory, or maybe it's just someone visiting you, or maybe that you know someone that you know that smoke, by example, maybe alcohol, I don't know, is thinking of you, or that person needs you to call you, or whatever. But that's the way that's the connection. How you gonna know exactly if it's a spirit, is any other way, is depending of how you feel after that. I think that in my 18 years doing readings, it's been like maybe just 3 or 4 times. Clairgustance is not something that it shows too often in readings, but I can tell you that during the reading, after you have that taste to whatever flavor it is, immediately you're gonna have a response depending of the kind of ability you have. If you're clairvoyant, you're gonna see something related to that flavor. If you have clairaudience, you're gonna know something about the flavor. If you have clairaudience, you're gonna be listening something about the flavor. I hope that you can kind of follow what I'm saying here. But that's the way that clairgustance works. How to know is just like that. You have to be really, really aware about when you get it, write it down, to be aware with everything that happened in your body. Okay, because that's the only way that, to be honest, that you're gonna know. Unless you are by yourself, laying down, reading, or driving, that you know, it's not gonna be an easy way for you to see it, or to know, or to feel it, the taste. If you want to develop that ability, if you feel that you have it, the best way is, like, I will tell you that learn how to feel the flavors in the food. It's the best way for me. And maybe visualizing, or kind of trying to taste in your mouth without tasting, right? How it's gonna be, how a perfume tastes, but just kind of using your intuition and stuff like that. It's really, really difficult. I'm telling you, clairgustance is really, really kind of difficult to develop because of that. But that's the best way. Again, meditation is gonna be amazing for that. Let's see. Basically, when you learn when you are eating, and you try to guess, let me put it that way, the ingredient. Oh, this is garlic with paprika and tomato sauce. Then you're getting stronger, and it's gonna be a point that your ability is gonna just keep growing and growing, and it's gonna be more easy for you to recognize when it just shows. The last ability that we're gonna be talking about today is clairalience. Clairalience is the ability to smell things, the ability to kind of like out of nowhere, a lot of us being like going places or I don't know where, I don't know, oh my god, I smell my someone is smoking close to me, or I swear I smell smoke, or I smell perfume, I smell cake, whatever it is. Again, it's really difficult to know if you have Clairalience. Hi, I mean, because again, we live in in this world that is so saturated of all of these things. Our surroundings are so full of things that is really difficult for that. Okay. Hi, Elaina. That's my drinking girl. Love you, girl. So that's the way that Clairalience is gonna be working. How you gonna know that is difficult, like really difficult? Even for me, I remember that I knew that I can have moments that my Clairalience show because I was doing reading. So I'm kind of more in a controlled environment and I don't know where. And most of the time, in my case, it was too short. That's why. It was in my case. I remember that it was because it was through a mediumship reading that I knew that it was a clear alien manifestation. But it's really difficult. It's really difficult to do it. How you gonna maybe practice? I will tell you. Try to get a strong sense of smelling. Okay, how you gonna be doing that? What I can tell you, you can do like trying to see like how this perfume or this place or whatever you are cooking or whatever you're doing smell. It's difficult. My advice, it will be, don't push it, don't try to develop, like it's not, well, try to develop, but I will tell you, don't push it, just let it to get to you. If you ask me how you can develop that kind of thing, again, it's something that is difficult because it's not a lot of control that you can have in that sense. But if you whatever I will tell you, just meditate. Just in a meditation, tell them, I want to see if I can smell the beach. And maybe you are in the room, in your bed, and then you have that scent of a beach or the ocean or whatever. That's the best way for me. Ask during a meditation and keep asking, keep focusing, imagine the beach, and then imagine how the scent or the smell of that. It's really difficult. It's really something that to develop or to see if you have it is more about having it in a moment, but being aware that you're having it. It's more Clairalience and Clairgustance. I will tell you that it's more about you being aware of your sense of who you are, how everything is around you, of your surrounding. That way you're gonna be able to notice when something like that happened to you. As you see, these are the 5 most common abilities that have. We talk about what it is ESP, extrasensorial perception, that is just this, having abilities, or how science label all of these ability, or what they are, like inside of what topic. We talk about clairvoyance, we talk about clairognisance, we talk about in other videos we talk about clairsentience, and today we talk about clairaudience, Clairgustance, and Clairalience. That's the kind of we talk about telepathy too today. So that's basically the I think let me see. We talk about the 6 most common abilities, or the 3 of the most common, and the other 3 that people don't talk too much about it. But that's the 6th one, okay? And remember that telepathy is a sub ability, but it's a rare ability. Like it can be remote vision. Not a lot of people have that sub abilities with them. Okay, so we talk about psychometry in one point in one of the other videos. Hi, Annabelle. As just something like really quickly or fast, remember that psychometry is the ability to touch things and have information. When you touch it, you can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste a flavor, you can know. It can be any kind of other abilities involved, but psychometry is another sub-ability, or is another ability that not a lot of people have. It's not a common ability, but at least with this one, psychometry don't work by itself, so it's gonna work through other abilities. So you have to be, you can be really, really strong as a psychometrist, but you have to have other abilities that work in some kind of level with you. So maybe this is your strong ability, and your second ability is clairvoyant, but then when you touch, you're gonna start seeing stuff. Okay, that's the way that it's gonna be working. I just want like a really, really fast talking, a fast recap of that. As for those that didn't know, remote vision is the ability to see in distant places and stuff like that. Let's see what else. I think that that's the most important one that you need to know. Just like a bonus, one of the things that I want to talk about is about telekinesis. Telekinesis was one of the most known abilities like decades ago, and yes, it was something real. Hi Malu, I'm good on your channel. Mwah, sweetie. So telekinesis, believe it or not, yes, it was real. It was something that happened decades ago, but because people tend to misuse, a lot of scammers were in that time frame. A lot of people lost the belief, or kind of like trusting people, and a lot of the people that really have that ability kind of misuse it. People think that it's an ability, or it's something that a lot of people in this field think that it was lost. It's that kind of thing that may be guides, or that kind of thing that as a punishment maybe we lost, right? For me, if you ask me, I think that it's not lost, but it's something that is gonna be really, really difficult, extremely difficult to get it back, because even right now we can be more prepared. A lot of people know more about all of these abilities and know more and believe more. It's more like something that is more open. We don't treat our bodies in the correct way. We have a lot of things in our food. We don't eat healthy. It's busy. We really, really live in a kind of busy life. We have a lot of things that decades ago it was kind of different, the kind of life that we have, and I feel that that's the principal reason that we don't have all of that ability. Okay, then another ability that sometimes is mentioned is dosing. What is dosing? Let me get the notebook. So dosing is gonna be the ability of manipulate electromagnetic stimuli and radiation, both body and artifact. What that mean? This ability is more about people that they can kind of like sense electromagnetic fields, not just energy, because energy is something different. Electromagnetic field is like water running under the earth, or like really, really deep in the earth. It can be when we use your pendulum, we are using that abilities. We are kind of playing with the stimuli of the electromagnetic field that our energy and the pendulum energy and the other person energy create. So that's the way that the best way for me to put it. But basically, how you use it the most, or you can feel it, is when you have this thinking. I don't know how to call it. I forget. I'm sorry, but it's something that is like a Y form. You took it, and then the thing that is more straight, that's the one that is gonna kind of, you're gonna feel where is the water, or where is a metal, or because of the electromagnetic stimuli that metal, water, iron, I don't know, is emanating from them. Inside of the dosing, we have what we call sliders. What is a slider? A slider, it is a street lamp interference data exchange receivers. So what is that? those are people that they can really, really, really expel or emanate electromagnetic fields. I know that a lot of people confuse that with poltergeist. Okay, poltergeist is created by a spirit most of the time, but not always that you have that is gonna be because a poltergeist is in your house. Sometimes, and my sister can tell you about this, there are people that for some reason that emanate or expelling a lot of electromagnetic or electric impulse outside. That is gonna create things in your lamps or in your electric things, phones, laptop. I have a friend that she always, every 2 or 3 times, she had to buy a new laptop, new computer, or a new phone because she's always damaging that, because she's always interfering with the electromagnetic field or the electrical field of the appliance that she have. Just to be clear, there's sometimes that a spirit can like blink or like flashing bulbs, or they can make like moving or like really, really interfering with our appliance and stuff like that. How you know that? By example, I think one time in one of my live, one of the lights was like doing this. How you know it was the spirit that I was connecting and not me? Because for me, I almost never have problem with my appliance. I never have that kind of stuff happening to me, and basically I never have to repair or buy another appliance because something happened to them. So that's the difference. But if you are someone that you all have to be buying a lot of stuff all of the time, your microwave, your phone, your telephone, your like buying bulbs, or I don't know, like laptop or whatever, that means, hi Jennifer, that means that in your case you are the one. Of course, when you have a poltergeist that is doing that, then you're gonna have other kind of thing, some kind of noises, like some discomfort, and some kind of things. But basically, that's the difference. I want to give you that difference so you don't go crazy or you don't go and get scared or something like that. Okay, when we talk about ghosts, in some point we're gonna be talking about ghosts. Maybe we're gonna have some kind of chat of live video where you can share your experience. But when we start talking about spirit, ghost, mediumship, and stuff like that, then I'm gonna be kind of like entering more why that kind of thing happens, why or how or where, how to deal with it, anything that has to be. I think that we already finished with whatever it is about the abilities or what it is ESP. So now you know what it is about to be a psychic, how it is like psychic, what kind of thing happen in a psychic readings, or how it is to have these abilities. Remember that, to be honest, ESP is something that each one of us can develop in some kind of way, or we have some kind of sixth sense and stuff like that. Psychic is just the name that is given to people that read other people. Okay, that's the difference. But ESP and psychic is basically the same thing. It's just ESP is the scientific name. Psychic is the people that use ESP to read people. Okay, so that's one of the difference. In my next class, we're gonna be talking next Monday. We're gonna be talking about psychics and medium, the difference between both of them, how the difference of the readings that you can find when you have a psychic reading, when it's a psychic medium reading, and when it's a medium reading. Okay, so that's the difference between. I'm gonna be talking about that, and I'm gonna give you a small introduction on mediumship, or what it is a mediumship, what it is to be a medium, and then how the medium use these abilities and the difference, and how all of this can be. Okay, so don't forget, the next Monday is gonna be really, really interesting, the class. So I think that is something that all of you have to put in your calendar so you don't miss it. That way, if you have questions since now, write it down. So when we have that class, I can be able to answer all of those questions the best way that I can. Okay, so that way we can enter them in a spirit, the kind of spirit, maybe ghost, afterlife, etc., etc., etc. So, okay, so any questions before I finish the day of the class of the day? Let's see. I hope that everyone understands the abilities and everything else. I try. Let's see. No questions. Everyone is fine. Everyone is good. Let's see. Just don't work here, Justina. Mwah, sweetie. I know. It's gonna be really, really interesting. And that class, I think that is gonna help a lot of you to have a better idea why all of these different. Sensitive is just a person that have clairsentience, sweetie. Look, when you have the time, go and look into. Thank you. See, Sue? See? Okay, channel. Go to my videos in this page. If you go to the home part of the page, go and look for videos. It's gonna be a playlist of Learning Monday that you're gonna have since the beginning until last Monday classes. In one of those classes, we talk about clairsentient. But basically, clairsentient is just what people call sensitive, okay? But sensitive is maybe just a way to see to say that you are an empath or you are more sensitive to certain things. I will tell you that maybe sensitive, in my way of see it, is just a person that it can be more kind of like can connect with certain things. Hi, sweetie. With certain things, but not necessarily someone that had the full impact manifestation. But it's just that people can be, it's like intuitive. You can be an intuitive person, but not necessarily have the full intuition ability or the clairaudience ability. See how it goes? But it's like just people messing around, putting a lot of names. Well, I'm gonna try to do it then more early, maybe at this time 7, something like that, 6:37, so people can enjoy and maybe have more. They can really enjoy the classes. But yeah, so I hope so that everyone. If you don't have any more questions, I'm leaving. And if you have questions, write it down in the comment, and I'm gonna be answering all of them about the class and everything else. You're welcome, sweetie. You're welcome. So, well, good night to everyone. Thank you to be here. Thank you for the class of today. I really enjoy to be able to do this for you. Kathy, I'm leaving. Mwah. See you, girl. So, but thank you. Have a good night. A lot of blessings to all of you, and see you. I think that we're gonna be doing something special this Wednesday. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting soon something about you. Love you too, sweetie. Okay. So good night, Sue. And for those that always wait for late Friday night, late chat Friday night. Just stay tuned, okay? Mwah. Love you, girls.